stars and in mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know.
It's about time, man, because I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get the kingdom. I'm ready to live. I'm ready to breathe fresh. I'm ready to have beautiful, pure women. Okay, not no strawberry hollers on this side. I'm ready to have children, man, you can vibe with. Okay, be around brothers. Be around the Lord himself. Okay, I'm ready to go and visit places in the galaxy that we didn't know exist. All right, I'm ready to walk on sandy beaches, man, and explore the ocean floors. I'm ready to fly. Okay, I'm ready to eat real food. Okay, I'm ready to drive a chariot, man. All right, I'm ready to minister to the Lord and to be ministered to, man. Okay, I'm ready to worship Yahweh Shai in its full entirety. Okay, I'm ready for it. We're ready, man. I'm ready to see angels and greet angels.
But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
Rakata Yahweh Shai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai.
All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who will teach well. And I say shalom to the hopeful elect and the Achamat that push his word and his truth into sincerity across the four winds in the names of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm your beloved brother Ainaf from the GMS Mississippi camp. All right, I'm coming back to you with another quick lesson. All right, brothers, I pray this lesson is quick, fast, and straight and to the point. All right, we're going to be going into the parables of the talents. You know, just going into that occupy until I come. Okay, understanding that, you know, we have been given a duty. Brothers, we continue to be of those men. You know, even to the rest of the you know, beyond the 1444, you know, the hopeful elect as a whole, we have been given a duty to serve Yahweh Shema Shai in these times, man. We have been given a duty to you know, go what we have to go through, you know, suffer to be purified, suffer to be better, you know, suffer to suffer alongside Yahweh Shai so we can reign alongside Yahweh Shai. But ultimately, we have been given the duty to occupy, you know. We have been given a duty. 1 second, Baba Kashaf. We have been given a duty to stay active, you know, to do the faithful work unto Yahweh Shema Shai comes and whatever lot that has been given to us, you know, via the talents and the gifts that we have been given. Okay, we have been given the duty of that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna grab this definition real quick. But yeah, nope. We're gonna keep this habit going here. We're gonna open up with the precept. Open up with the beginning of this here. Then we'll get some. We'll go into getting the definition of that word. This is the book. We're gonna start in the book of Luke, chapter 19 and verse 11. It says, "As they heard these things, he asked and spake in a parable." You know, the parable is Yahushua talking in form of a code, in form of drawing a picture, using illustrations of common things in order to draw a picture or understanding for the believers. And only the believers will understand this, man. Only the 1/3 in this time are going to understand these parables. Only the 1/3 in this time are going to understand the Bible, you know, in general. Okay, and it's going to be broken down via Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, that spirit is going to be given unto the prophets, and the prophets are going to break it down and edify the sheep, man. Okay, because he was not to Jerusalem, and because they thought the kingdom of the Most High should immediately appear. Verse 12, he said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. So Yahushua came and he walked in Rome, you know, the pagan Roman Empire. He was crucified. He went to that far kingdom. He went to the spirit realm, and eventually to receive, you know, the glory and the honor to be able to sit at the right hand of Yahweh Shema Shai in that time that only the Heavenly Father knows. Yahweh Shai is going to return. Okay, he's going to return, and that kingdom is going to be established here on earth, man. Okay, verse 13. And he said, he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy until I come. Okay, so real quick, let's understand what this occupy till I come means. Okay, occupy until I come. It says the phrase occupy until I come means to stay active, to do business, to keep working faithfully until Yahweh Shai returns. Okay, until Yahweh Shai returns, we have to keep doing our lot, keep handling what we're supposed to handle, keep doing what we keep carrying on, man. Keep handling the business and carrying on the business of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai until Yahweh Shai returns via the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Okay, we have to stay active. We have to remain faithful and loyal to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because it's easy to veer off in this world, man. It's easy to get sidetracked on the side mission, man. Especially when you got to do your day-to-day. You know, you got to get your daily bread. But ultimately, we have to stay focused and centered around Yahweh Shema Shai, and everything else comes around that. You know what I'm saying? It's a daily battle. It is. Okay? But that's the whole point. We're in the fight. This is that word occupy here in the Greek.
Strong's G 4231. Pragmatuomai.
Okay? It says to be occupied in anything, to carry on a business. And what is that business? This business is the enterprise of Yahweh Shema Shai, the household of David, man. Okay, the house of David, man. That word household goes into enterprise. Okay, enterprise is the business, man. We have to occupy until Yahweh Shai comes. Now we have to carry on the business and continue to preach and teach this word until Yahweh Shai comes, until Yahweh Shai returns, man. Because when Yahushua returns, the 1/3 is going to be made perfect, okay? And the rest of the nation of Israel are going to be born perfect in the kingdom. And then the laws, statutes, and commands of Yahweh Shema Shai are going to be taught to you heathens, man, okay? We're going to beat the Allah out you, you know, Buddha, all that going to be gone. You're going to serve Yahweh Shema Shai, okay? But back to the point of the lesson, we have to occupy, we have to continue to do the business in the bit of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay? Until Yahweh Shai returns. Okay. Verse 14. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after them saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. So it's just like you 2/3, man. For some reason, ultimately it's not given to you, okay, to understand. But you continue to rebel against Yahweh Shema Shai. We have been giving a rightful king, man. We have been given a perfect king, man. Words can't even explain the opportunity that we have been given ultimately to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. And this time, ultimately to be chosen, man. Ultimately to have Yahweh Shai as our big brother and to have the Heavenly Father Yahweh as our father, man. That's a whole, you know, that's a lot said in just a few words. Okay, but you 230, you want Esau to rule over you. You can't you can't sleep good at night, you know, with Jake having some type of authority over you. You know, you rather what was that wicked ass nigga Charleston White to my can't nobody do it just like the white man. Okay, you niggas can't get it unless Esau is beating your back down with these bills, whooping your back down with these bills, man. Got you in got you in some type of slavery, man. Working your ass to the bone. But here it is, Howard Shah's telling you he bring you a perfect kingdom, man. Well, we're gonna be kings, but you don't want that, okay? Well, you know we can go on and on about that. Let's read on verse 15. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money that he had that he might know how much every man had gained from trading. So when Yahushua returned, he's like, okay, like what have you gained? You know, what have you gained from what I've given you? What I've given you that I've given you to occupy. What have you like? What you got to show for it? Where's my return on my investment? I've given you the spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. What have you done with it? How many sheep have you fed? Okay. You know, what ultimately what work have you done? Okay. Verse 16. Then came the first saying, Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. What Salaki? Then came the first saying, Lord Yahweh Shai, thy pound have gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, well, good, thou faithful servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little. I have thou authority over 10 cities. Man, we have been given little in Babylon. The Lord has given us exactly, you know, what we need, our daily bread. You know, he gives us a little bit of grace on top of that to have the simple pleasures. Okay. But ultimately, this servant here was given £1 and he gave this servant here this pound, he gathered 10. The Lord said, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Verse 18. Then the second came saying, Lord Yahushua, thy pound had gained 5 pounds. And he said, likewise unto him, be thou also over 5 cities. So the Lord said, good. Hey, he got 5, you got 5, he got 10. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. You're occupying, you're continuing to do the business. That's all I care about. You're continuing to do the business. You're not just sitting around with your, you know, sitting on your hands, you know. Verse 20. Then came another saying, Lord Yahushua, behold, here is thy pound which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he said unto him, out of thy own mouth I will judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, and take it up that I laid not down, reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I may have acquired my own with usury. Okay. And we're going to read verse 24. Then he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound and give it to him that have 10 pounds. Okay. So what happened here, this servant here, his pound, he didn't do nothing with it. All right. He didn't, the spirit that he was given, you know, like this lesson came to me via video I was watching via Apostle Gabar yesterday. You know, you're saying we have to make the most of this gift. We have to make most of the talent that we've been given. Okay. You know, and you know, this goes more into the parable of the talent in Matthew 21. I think it's Matthew 21. It's either Matthew 21 or Matthew 25. Matthew 2:25. You know, but as it's saying here, like we have been given this truth. We have been given the spirit and power we've been given the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, understanding this truth and understanding these words, understanding the Bible in order to break it down to the elect, man. Okay, so we have a duty to feed the sheep. What did Yahweh Shai say? Feed my sheep. And we'll get that here in a second. We'll probably close out with that one. He said, feed my sheep. So if we're not teaching, if we're not doing the best that we can to feed the sheep, we're laying our talents up in a napkin, man. Okay. And for the rest of the hopeful elect men, women, the hopeful elect men and women out there as well, you know, you have been given a talent as well in some sort. I don't know what that is, but the Lord has given us all a talent of some sort in order of occupying and doing the business of Yahweh Shema Shai until he comes. Okay. We have been given an opportunity to serve Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. So I typed that twice. We have been given the opportunity. We have no better opportunity right now than it is to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, well, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You ain't gonna get a second time. Okay, there is not gonna be a second time or second go around in Babylon to make the adjustments and to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, this is the book of John, chapter 21, verse 15. All right. It says the love motivation. All right. I do it sound the love motivation. It said, I actually turn it into a lesson one day. I brought this out. First John, so like this is John chapter 21, verse 15. So when he had denied, Yahweh Shai said unto Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, yeah, Lord, Yahweh Shai, thou knowest I love thee. And he said unto him, feed my lambs. Okay, what does that mean? Feed the sheep, man. We have to continue to edify. Okay, we have to continue to exalt. We have to continue to edify, exalt, going into the exaltation as the Apostle Paul was going into as well. Okay, we have to continue to break down the scriptures and the precepts to the best of our abilities via Yahweh Shema Shai for the sheep, man, for the 1/3. Verse 16, and he said unto him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, yeah, Lord, Yahweh Shai, thou knowest that I love thee. And he said unto him, feed my sheep. Okay, verse 17, he said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him a third time, lovest thou me? Because Peter understood, okay, and the Lord is repeating something. When we see something that's repetitive, especially in the scriptures, the Lord is saying it over and over, that should give you some type of understanding that there's a significant level of importance when the Lord is repeating something. Okay, so he knew it, and he said unto him, Lord Yahweh Shai, thou knowest all things. So he knew Lord, you know all things. You know I love you. And he said, thou knowest that I love thee. And Yahweh Shai said unto him, feed my sheep. Okay, so we have to get to an understanding that no matter what we're doing, you know, we fight, you know, in the day-to-day, you know, we go through things, you know, we continue to battle with the battle of balance, you know, but we are becoming more dead to this world, and understand that our primary job is to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. Our primary job is to do the business and occupy in the vineyard of Yahweh Shema Shai until he comes, man. We have to continue to feed the lamb. We have to continue to feed the sheep, man. We have to continue to provide for the hopeful elect in this time, because that's all we're looking for in these time, man. Hopeful elect. Damn you Christians. Damn you Muslims, that man. We only here for the hopeful elect. We're not here to debate. We're not here to do any of that. We're here to feed the sheep of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? And we have to stick to that and continue to do that to the best of our abilities. All right. I pray to the edified. To them say Baba Ball, Kamashala, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakach Radash, Barakathum, Shalom.